the Ramayana and the Iliad. One is an ancient Indian epic, and the other is Homer's legendary tale of the Trojan War. At first glance, these two stories seem worlds apart. They come from vastly different cultures separated by thousands of miles and centuries. And yet, when you look closer, you find some surprising and profound parallels. In this episode, we're going to see how these two epics, despite their differences, also rhyme. We'll start by looking at their shared epic structure and then dig into some of their surprising thematic and stylistic parallels. Both Ramayana and Iliad follow what scholars call the hero's journey, rooted in honor and duty. Now, Rama and Achilles are very different kinds of heroes. Rama embodies the moral ideal. He's the perfect man who always does the right thing. Achilles is the tragic hero, a flawed warrior consumed by pride and rage, but both are bound by a sense of duty. Rama is driven by his sense of cosmic order and his love for his wife. Achilles is motivated by his fierce loyalty to his family and friends. In both stories, the catalyst for action is the abduction of a woman. In Iliad, it's Helen of Sparta. In Ramayana, it's Rama's wife, Sita. Now, the women themselves don't directly cause the war, but their violation triggers a massive reaction. This act of violence against women sparks the epic quests and battles that drive both narratives. In both cases, the woman becomes a symbol of honor, and the violation of that honor sparks the conflict. Now, both epics are also full of divine interventions. In Iliad, Athena, Apollo, and Zeus constantly meddle in human affairs. In Ramayana, divine beings like Vishnu, who's hidden as Rama, Hanuman, Indra, and others, play a big role. Now, this constant divine intervention blurs the line between the mortal and divine realms. It shows how the gods aren't just distant, they're deeply involved in the actions of humans. Next, let's talk about narrative techniques. Both epics were originally composed orally. That means they were meant to be performed live, usually by a single singer or a small group, and this oral composition shaped their style and structure. In Iliad, you'll find something called ring composition. It's a way of linking ideas and phrases from the beginning to the end of a passage, kind of like a refrain in a song. You also have stock epithets, like swift-footed Achilles or gride Athena. These helped to create a rhythm and make the poem easier to remember. In Ramayana, you see more of a focus on rhythmic verses and recurring motifs. For example, the story of Ramayana has 24,000 verses, and each book, or kanda, has a set number of verses with a specific meter. These stylistic features helped bards keep the epic's vast scope, while still giving each performance a fresh feel. Another interesting parallel is in their combat scenes. Both epics feature intense battles with vivid descriptions of weapons and combat. Now, Rama's bow and arrows and Achilles' spear are more than just tools of war. They're symbolic extensions of their identity. The bow was central to Rama's role as a warrior, and his skill with it was a source of pride and power. Similarly, Achilles' spear was not just a weapon, it was a symbol of his strength and fighting prowess. When they fight, there's a sense of ritual, of stylized combat that goes beyond mere physical conflict. The language used in battle scenes in both epics is highly charged, full of emotion and a heightened sense of drama. There's a deep understanding of the emotional weight of combat, not just for the warriors involved, but for the communities they represent. Now, grief and rage are powerful forces that drive both epics. Achilles' wrath over the death of his close friend, Patroclus, fuels his return to the battlefield and his quest for vengeance. Rama's grief over the abduction of his wife, Sita, drives him to seek her out and bring her back. These emotions aren't just personal. They represent a cosmic imbalance that the heroes must restore. Achilles' rage is a response to a violation of trust and friendship, while Rama's grief is tied to his sense of duty and cosmic order. Finally, both epics grapple with big questions about fate and free will. Are the heroes in control of their destiny, or are they simply playing out a predetermined fate? Rama's unwavering commitment to Dharma, the righteous path, even when it brings him great suffering, suggests a belief in one's ability to shape their own destiny. On the other hand, Achilles' struggle with fate, his recognition that even the gods can't alter his destiny, speaks to a more fatalistic view. So why do we see these striking similarities between an ancient Greek epic and an ancient Indian epic? Well, it points to the universality of certain stories, themes, and emotions. Despite the vast differences in geography and culture, human experiences of love, loss, honor, and duty transcend specific places and times. The Ramayana and the Iliad, though separated by oceans and centuries, both grapple with these timeless questions, reminding us that even in the grand stories of our past, we find reflections of our own humanity. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider supporting us. Your support helps us bring these thought-provoking episodes on mythology to life. Thanks for watching.